Hello, everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. I mean, and this is a very me thing, but it's one of those things where when you insert comedy into something that is as morbid as what this film is about,
yes,
if you do it well, it's pretty much like a guaranteed I'm going to love it. And so that's very much where this operates for me. This is a film that juggles comedy and really, really dark material,
yes,
in my opinion, expertly.
Folks, this is a movie that kills kids.
Oh, yes, it
Yeah.
does. I'm sorry. This is a movie that has children dying by suicide.
We kill a baby in this movie.
Ooh.
The shit is grim, and yet also some of the biggest belly laughs that I have had all year.
Well, okay, so I was going to ask you, because this is a British film, and, you know, we've talked about multiple times how your sense of humor gravitates more towards that dry British sense of humor.
Yes.
Because, okay, I got that sense of humor here, but I also felt some of it was kind of American.
Absolutely. I actually think that this movie is a perfect synthesis of your comedic appreciations and mine, because it is definitely British in a lot of ways, and yet, like, the women are so mean to each other in this movie, and they're catty, cunty bitchiness.
I mean, if you've ever wanted to hear Keira Knightley talk about how she had to do cocaine to lose baby weight, or see secret MVP Annabelle Wallis like steal every fucking scene she's in.
Yeah, if you presented this frankly all-star cast in a lineup and told me pick the weak link, guess who I would have picked, and guess who is the MVP?
Yes, yeah, and everyone, in case you don't know, Annabelle Wallis, she of Malignant and Annabelle fame.
Yeah, aka that actress we all make fun of as being total garbage shit. Spoiler, I guess if you let her use her actual accent, she's a fucking star, because she is great in this movie.
I mean, of course, with Malignant and with Annabelle, it's the thing where it's like, she's your protagonist, she's your final girl, and she's just not really given, like, she's the star of those films, but she's not the star.
She's not the star. She's not the draw. And the funny thing is, I mean, she is obviously pulling focus because holy God, the body in this red dress that she's wearing for 90% of this runtime, she looks stunning. But you also think that she's just going to be the dumb, hot girlfriend. And no, we give that to like Johnny Depp's or whatever relationship.
Johnny Depp. Lily Rose Depp.
Yes.
I will say, I have never been super impressed with Lily Rose Depp. I actually really liked her in this movie. I mean, she's unfortunately stuck being like, well, I was going to say the sad, mopey one because...
A little bit.
But comparatively speaking, she kind of is playing the straight person all this.
Yeah.
And I thought she did a pretty good job.
Yeah, she's doing exactly what the movie needs her to do, which unfortunately is not be big and brash like so many of the rest of the characters. Like, this is a movie that introduces Keira Knightley not caring that her son has cut his finger and is bleeding all over Christmas dinner. This is a movie that introduces Matthew Good chasing chickens around the yard. Like, there are big things happening. And initially it just seems like a wacky family comedy until you understand the context of why everyone is so adamant about being nonchalant and just fucking riding it and going with the flow. And that is one of the genuine delights about this movie, is that if you don't know the twist, and I'm using air quotes because I've gathered it's harder than I realized to not be spoiled about what the movie's about. But I went in cold and it really hits differently. Like, I spent a good portion of the middle section of the film just going back and replaying scenes in my mind like, oh, now it makes sense. Okay, I got it.
So I will tell you, so watching this, because this is my second time seeing this, there are so many little lines that in the first 30 minutes where it's like, oh, like they're saying it outright. It's just if you don't know what exactly is happening.
Yes.
The movie does a really good job of concealing it.
I'm Shelby Scott, the host of Scare You to Sleep, a podcast where I tell you spooky bedtime stories full of creepy sound effects and music that is soothing yet unsettling to help immerse you into a world of horror. This is a show for those of us who have realized horror can be a strange but relaxing escape from reality. Speaking of escapes, sometimes I lead you through guided nightmares, like a guided meditation, but instead of flowery meadows, I take you on a journey through your own personal nightmare. So come get lost in the terror with me. Listen to Scare You to Sleep wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us online at bloody.fm. Sweet screams.